And we are back for Acts 3 and 4. We've got the Awakened one at the very top of the act, as well as the Emerald Elite here, dictating our path, so...
Spicy Elite.
Do we want to go for... Yeah, let's go for the early Elite. What am I talking about? Do we want to go for the Elites? We have power.
We want to take every fight that we can take. Hello, enemies. Do you choose to attack today? We should kill one, I think, actually, this turn. We should pen nib Carnage.
Drawing Whirlwind now kills all of them.
How are we going to draw Whirlwind?
There's 2 of them in the deck, and we're going to play a Corruption this turn. We could also use the Swift Potion. We do want to probably get rid of 1 potion, but it's probably Elixir, to be honest.
Yeah.
Cleave's also really good with it.
Maybe it is Swift Pot. Like, so this turn is pretty high variance in damage taken. Cool. We can, like, Burning Pact and do some block stuff. That's good.
Oh my god. Well, at least we found the Dark Embrace. Owie.
Dang. Yeah, that's the upside, I guess, of Carnage, but that wouldn't have been my target. I would have hit the front one, and the front one didn't attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we babysit our pen nib here?
Oh. We can.
We can. We can. We can. It won't be that hard. We're set up now. It won't be that hard.
Okay. Well, let's just start taking out individual targets and leave 1 target on the field each turn, right?
Because you don't even need the flexes for the Whirlwind to be an AoE kill.
We also
with double tap and some energy. We
also specifically want to leave the middle one up because the front and the back liner can multi-attack you. The middle one cannot.
Mm-hmm. I love how Rhapsody is like, oh, Teak.
Teak.
I don't want to babysit this pen nib. Please, release me. There is no release from optimality. It's a life that we live.
I mentioned off camera to... Oh my god, I really wasn't expecting the second hit that turn. I mentioned off camera to you that I've been trying to have individual runs where I am valuing that a little bit more than I otherwise might. And they've definitely been good enough that, begrudgingly.
It makes a huge difference, particularly at high ascensions. Particularly at high ascensions. I should have given warning there that we could be... It was worth playing at least 1 more block card there. But no worry. I think having pen nib on a high number will pay for everything else.
It was just seeing that both the backliner and the midliner had attacked last turn that I was like, yep, there's no way both of those are attacking this turn. It's just... It's not likely, but it was likely enough.
Easy win turn.
Oh, right, yeah.
We made it.
That's the spot weakness.
Ooh. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I like it. It's just acceleration, right? We have shuriken, so we'll get there, but acceleration feels good. How strong is that whirlwind when we flex right now? So like
2. So we would end up taking 3 damage out of the stall fight.
Yeah, we should just win on this turn. That looks awesome.
Okay, yeah, we should do it. I was thinking if there was any way to get extra stuff out of the pen nib there with some anger plays beforehand, but no.
For sure.
Do we want to take a free Havoc here?
Yes. I like it. It's tempo.
Yes! We found it.
What do you want? What do you really want?
I'll tell you what I want. What I really want. I wanna really want to upgrade my cards. I don't want to actually do that. I think we take damage on the first turn too many times. This is for a rare relic. We're gonna find the dead branch.
Yeah. The rare relics just have so much good block, and that's something we'd like to find.
Oh, I should have said really want to get a dead branch. If you want to be, would have worked.
Gotta get my dead branch.
Friendship never branched. God, do we even bother about the draw? Are we playing anything this turn?
I think we should double tap bash this turn. So maybe we do draw in case we get to double tap something else. You want to double tap the corruption button?
Yep. Get double tapped corruption.
Just win next turn. Yeah.
All right. There's the whirlwinds. Okie dokie. Flex, flex, exhume, flex. Excuse me. Flex.
Wow.
Double tap.
That's a rave flex.
That happens from time to time, friend. And then I'm just gonna.
Enemy is dying.
Oh, enemy will die. You got some defense there. I do love getting block and then losing it so you can get the Orichalcum back at the end of the turn.
You can, yeah, you did that in a recent run and it just is genius. Let's Dork Embrace so we can full block this turn.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we can probably win on this turn too.
Almost certainly. It's just how many attacks can we play, right?
Love it. Yes, babysit the pen nib. You're a rider now. Your quill is your greatest sword.
It's the best I can do for you, friend. Hard pass, I think, yeah.
Yeah, agreed. I like Stone Calendar. It feels so thematic.
Are we ever in a fight long enough to use the Stone Calendar?
No, but I like it.
Okay, cool. Sorry, asked and answered. Corruption Impervious, just...
Dig it.
Hopefully...
Flex. You know, the flexes do make the Havoc a little worse. Definitely it will have those turns where it's like,
yeah.
It's kind of a whip.
Well, just Flex double tap the Whirlwind.
I think we win with that, right?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Drop the Elixir for a Swift, though.
Are you tempted?
For the Berserk?
Are you
really?
Tempted? Are you? Are you
no,
tempted?
I'm not even slightly tempted. When we go off, we already go off as hard as we need to.
I agree. I think we're, especially now that we have a fourth energy. I like dropping the Elixir here. I think that's smart. Swift Potion solves our biggest woe, which is that our turn one is inconsistent. And so having that to fix the deck on a really bad draw.
That's not...
Seems good.
It's not what I wanted the Whirlwind to go off, game.
Yeah, that was Awk.
Awk. We're also not even going to be attacked this turn. Okay.
Right.
We're going to have to do a full
always
cycle.
Constrict on turn 2 at this Ascension?
Later
it's always on turn 1, but I don't know the... Well, I'll look it up while you're finding the play. I'm curious now.
Huh. God,
I feel like I'm achieving...
You know what?
I don't know what's going on tonight.
Yeah, they don't intend to attack.
Okay. Oh, nice.
It might not be guaranteed.
I'm in very chillaxed, like pseudo ASMR teak mode tonight, and I have no idea why. All of the emphasis has left my voice. Not in a way that makes, I don't think I sound robotic.
No?
But it's very chilled out voice today. I don't know why that is. Do you feel like you have different voices, or have you converged into pure YouTube energy?
I've definitely not converged into pure YouTube energy. I saw one person in your chat at one point say that I've got a very YouTube voice. I've got a YouTuber's voice.
And you do. It's great. It's big. It's a big voice.
It's the thing is, like, in real life, in social circumstance, I am so much smaller. Like,
So you rise to the occasion.
Yes, this is definitely, I've described streaming, recording YouTube content before, as having helped me develop my voice, because I was relatively under-socialized and I didn't really talk that much, and in conversations where I would talk, it would still be down to the bottom. It's like, I'm not really getting much across, you know what I mean? I've managed to break out of that. Now my challenge is taking what I've learned in this field and taking it back into a social world. And I expressed this to someone recently, Alexa, actually, in a Slay the Spire Draft Champions, saying something along the lines of, I wish I could take that energy into the world, but then I thought of, like, the reality of walking up to some, my name is Ryan, and welcome back to our social interaction.
They're like, happy Monday.
Yeah.
I just woke up. Yep. But that's the thing, right? They're different environments. You are a broadcaster here. You're a presenter. You present in a way that makes it easy and interesting to listen as you describe what's going on in the game, how you're playing around it, what you're thinking, how to get better. But you're not a presenter when, you and I are sitting down around a campfire.
Exactly.
So it's just ultimately different. I think that bringing in some energy is good. I mean, we've all had the days where we're talking and the other person is looking at us like, are there words coming out of your mouth? You know what I mean? It's like, it kind of seems like sounds are happening, but they're all just kind of drowning out.
Mm-hmm. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, very Peanuts. Exactly. Yeah. What do you think about the second wind?
For the removal of the things that we get in the heart fight? Anti-trashing?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do we ever like that colorless potion more than something we're holding? Probably the attack potion, to be honest.
I'm thinking yes, right? Because that's a pretty big swing potion. Either to find draw, as we said before, or like apotheosis in the beginning of a fight, or like magnetism. Magnetism is sweet.
A mayhem that plays a free full whirlwind.
Yes. Ooh, that's delightful.
Maybe this is a mayhem deck.
Keys. Maybe it is. Hey, are you attacking, bud?
Nah.
I think we can corruption turn 1.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it before the spot weakness, just in case we got it to cycle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely not. But yeah, no, I definitely I definitely can match myself to the occasion. It's just I need to be able to bring my volume and presence up a bit more in more social circumstances.
Well, and there's something delightful about. So, I am not of the opinion that if you do anything, you have destroyed your natural voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that you can consider the way that you present yourself, and that you can even train the way that you speak without losing the authenticity of your unique voice. I think there's always an edge to our voice, which is our own, and changing some of our emphasis doesn't lose our unique voice.
Mm-hmm.
But it is nice to listen to people and be like, wow, oh, that's Rhapsody. You know, I recognize that voice. That's Rhapsody.
Yeah, I like it a hell of a lot. Honestly, I am. My voice is one of the things that I am quite proud of, I would say.
So I like True Grit, but I love Shrug It Off.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I kind of feel like the True Grit is not as important as it once might have been. It might help us if we have a really bad draw. Arguably, the True Grit is better, but
the second wind is going to currently fulfill a lot of what the True Grit previously would have.
Do you ever take Sword Boomerang there?
No, I'm still looking for a better, different way of translating our damage. Also, the Sword Boomerang, like, if I had a limit break, yes, but I don't yet.
So something that's interesting is that I've actually come to kind of, whoa.
That's 12 block every single turn against the heart.
We should definitely take both Heart of Irons.
Drop Dex and colorless, keep Swift.
Yes. Yeah. I love that setup. That's ridiculous.
Hell
and
yes.
we have Metallicize, or sorry, we have Orichalcum. That's 18 block a turn. Fight this sphere.
Give me branch.
Havoc first. It could have been Whirlwind, and then you have a free 4-cost Whirlwind.
It could have been. We still go with the weakness on turn 1, right? We don't wait for Whirlwinds.
Yeah. I mean, yes, for sure. Because we want to get up Pen Nib anyway, and these enemies are small. Dude, we can do 400 damage with our Whirlwind. We will not struggle.
Yeah, I know, but what if we did slightly more damage with our Whirlwind?
It's true, we do like to see the numbers go up.
Big number good.
So here's the point that I was going to make, because I think I'm not going to call this autopilot because this fight will have some trickiness, but I think it's solved.
Mm-hmm.
I take Sword Boomerang and Heavy Blade more aggressively when I produce less strength. And the reason is, with less strength, you want to lean on multipliers in order to consistently convert that into a lot of damage, right? But if you've got a limit break, oftentimes that deck is just going to produce 50 strength. And on 50 strength, you can win with a strike. You don't need Sword Boomerang at that point. And so that's just something that I've kind of switched up a bit. Oh, this is interesting, right? Because the second one loses the flexes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Dark Embrace.
Yeah. But I think it's worth it, right? Are we gonna...
I mean, it'd be flex, whirlwind, then second wind if we're doing it, right?
I think we should do that. I think we should do that because we have another whirlwind that we're going to double tap or something. There's a cleave too, and we're gonna get energy. It will be fun.
Just not having any flexes is making it a little bit more nerve-wracking than it otherwise should be.
For sure.
Okay,
is this turn bash Carnage to kill one and then Whirlwind the other, or can we do enough?
Well, I mean, double tap the Whirlwind is already kill on the frontliner, and then we just Impervious.
32. Yeah. Okay. Dig it. Yeah, because the other one is effectively deaded.
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
And now officially deaded.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, now if only we had that
we're one Ascension 2. Yeah, exactly. We're one Ascension 2. More shrugging.
Buys us more time.
Key time. Let's key again. Key forever.
That Dark Embrace's cost has occasionally tripped us up. We would be able to play both the Corruption and the Dark Embrace on the same turn without any other additions if we upgraded the Dark Embrace.
Very true.
We've got 2 elites before the next rest.
Can we afford to take key now?
We can. We definitely can. It's just, do we think that the ability to play both of those on the same turn is going to be relevant to any of these upcoming fights?
I absolutely will be. The reason that I advocate for key here is that I do think there's a world that Reptomancer or Nemesis has a splash turn where we just take 30 or 40 damage, and then I think we're strongly contemplating rest before the boss. Oh no, I defend.
I mean, we're gonna have to give him a Corruption at this rate.
You know, we could leave the cleave here, but I think it's defend. We've picked up 3 Shrug It Off pluses.
Yeah, the cleave is kind of like a pseudo early Whirlwind in the AoE fights. It's just not come up.
And theoretically, it could help us activate Shuriken.
And deal with the Repto.
Disarm is so good. Ooh, Disarm. You're the best.
Ooh! Disarm and
attacked?
Clothesline? Regardless of whether or not we're getting attacked.
Yeah, I like that. And that's like a full block. Nice call on the spot weak.
Then Corruption, Impervious, just start going.
Okay, proposal.
Yes.
Spot first.
Love it.
And that lets us know we're getting attacked, which means it's worth the Impervious. Because it could be the 45. And they're weakened, so it'll only be... It would have been 45. This is plus strength, so they're 1, so it actually would have been 46, but they're weakened, so that's minus 12, so it would be 34. Can we win this turn?
Flex. We don't have the double tap in hand, and double tap is like the easiest way to do it right now. I mean, if we just Sentinel defend and then second wind destroying the flex and the corruption, we free up space in hand. We have the ability to get towards double tap, exhume, Sentinel, go off.
In that case, let's play flex and do, get our Shuriken proc.
Yes.
And then do it. I like that.
Hang on. So 7. Yeah, we're not close enough, right?
Feels like we're barely off. I will admit, I am not mathing.
I'm just going to quickly do it, just in case. 42, 70, 100. Yeah, we're super far off.
Yeah.
And pass. Right. Wait, with 2 turns from now, we're looking for the double tap whirlwind for the kill?
I see. Are we trying to line up Pen Nib and leave it in?
Yeah.
I think we should play attacks here. I think trying to babysit Pen Nib right now is to our detriment. I think we should get advantage out of this hand.
Why did I do that? I saw lethal and I was like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Wait, hang on.
We got lethal. I'm happy with it. So I've been pleased to see some weirdness with Havoc here, because I usually think of Havoc as just a very takeable card, especially with Runic Pyramid, especially with Whirlwinds, because it's so much tempo. But Havoc has had some kind of rough interactions. Wow, that turn was brutal.
Real not great. Oh, gosh. Game's really not letting up at the moment.
Take my picture. We got 2 of them.
I get that reference now. Just close out with 2 attacks, I think.
I got that reference after I started singing the song. I have so many songs in my head that sometimes I don't realize even what I've done.
Do we want to?
Do you ever try to? Yeah, right. But But also, Ancient Pot, I want to have triple Heart of Iron. That's amazing. And then I'll sing Blondie for you.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to go for that then.
My heart of iron. We got to carry these to the heart. It's important. Our Heart of Iron.
This is, if only I titled these episodes still, like, be a perfect title for this one. Flex, clothesline, just take one of them down. Or clothesline, no flex.
It's a no flex zone. Yeah. Get them. And then we can Dark Embrace. We've got most of a block. That feels good.
It feels good contingent on what happens this turn with our draw. Okay, Impervious at the absolute least. Okay. Carnage Impervious? Just
kill the other dagger, the one that's going to 25? Yeah. Big agree.
Oh, there's the one.
Hi.
Do we want to throw the anger for the extra draw next turn then? Because we still haven't got the corruption.
Does it even matter?
It sets up our
turn we
pen
just flex, double tap whirlwind, right?
So it gets us one further in the pendant.
Sure. Sure. I dig it.
I really wish we had meat on the bone.
I know. I think we're resting just because, frankly, I think the deck wins without more upgrades, and I'd rather be perfectly safe.
It's all good. I knew there was summoning that turn. Definitely knew it. Definitely didn't lock out at all. All right, we good. Whew.
I'm so stoked for Woke Bloke.
Dan, dude, if there's anything I could agree with, it's the Woke Bloke Stoke factor.
Woke Bloke Stoke is... I might choke.
I don't want that to be what it provokes.
You're right. That's something I'll revoke.
I'm afraid I've run out. Well done. You succeeded. I've told you before, my partner and I play games like this all the time of like how many different ways can you say the same thing. And the person who wins is the person who comes up with the last one.
The person who gets the last word?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Still do it.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe we'll get to bottle it in the next act. We have 500 gold.
Let's bottle one of the corruptions then if we're going to do that. Dark Embrace.
Yeah, if we get bottled Tornado. Sure.
Wait, do we want to rest here?
I think we rest. I think it's worth. And we've got meal tickets so we can get an upgrade next act, right? Because we'll be full health.
Okay.
I know it's silly, and I think in most cases we don't need this health, but I also don't think we need the upgrade. And this simplifies our logic. Logic.
There is a giant attack they're doing on turn 1. We could Impervious. Just tank that from the Awakened one. It's what, 22 right now? 27?
Oh, what's our plan to kill both phases? Let's just kill both phases.
Yeah, the plan is very much probably leave Pendiv for the second phase kill. So set it up on the first.
So then, in that case, we'll be able to play our powers, right? We're going to plan to play Dark Embrace? Okay. Cool. Let's hit it. Ooh.
Good card.
That lets us get Bash set up. Nice. That's the first really good Havoc hit that we've had.
Do we ever wait until next turn and then use a Whirlwind because it'll kill all the frontliners?
Maybe we do. Yeah, maybe we do. I like that.
Finally, we get to do that.
You've wanted this Akabeko for many moons.
It finally gets to prove its worth to me.
Bye, Carnage.
Get got.
Some world there where we draw first so that we could get even more energy, but I think actually getting some Shuriken procs might be to our benefit as well. And this enemy never takes a break, which means our study the weak spot. Spot weakness always hits. Study the weak place. We have Disarm coming too. Oh, it's exciting times.
It should be enough block for us, right?
If it's the multi, it's a 10/4 right now.
Okay.
Right, base 6. That's my memory. I have no memories.
I think that one's gonna have to be good enough. I don't want to pop anything else here.
For sure. Oh yeah, 6/4, cool.
Okay, cool.
This is guaranteed to be multi, I think, if that was single.
So how do we
can just
take
maybe
them
get
down
a kill.
in the least intrusive way here?
Yeah, and there's offering. Oh, we have exhume. Have we still not seen the disarm?
Nope.
If we just draw to disarm, then this turn becomes very simple. Which means maybe this is like some, play a couple attacks, like clothesline, cleave, anger, and then do some burning pack shenanigans and find our business.
Do you not want to use the bash for some reason?
No, we can do bash, clothesline, anger. I like that. Sure. I was looking to get to three attacks played just for shuriken value, right?
Mm-hmm.
Offering has the benefit also of being worth energy, which means it's even better for us. More wild whirlwind action.
So the enemy is now doing... It's 6x4 with the strength on top, right? Or is it 10x4 with strength on top?
Yeah. 6x4 with strength on top. So it's 7x4 right now. But they're weakened.
So
brings
it's
that down
5x4.
to a 5. So it's only 20. But hold up. Sentinel Whirlwind. How much damage is that?
That would be, 18, 27, 5 by 27. It'd just be over...
135.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Over half.
If you double tap, that's... Oh, well, 135 and the other one is...
I mean, then we're losing double tap and the pen nib before the
Yeah.
second phase.
Yeah, which seems... Ronk.
I'm going to throw this defend first. Just in case. Okay, we could cleave, strike, and then whirlwind at the very end in order to get
another
a
shuriken proc. Love it. Love it. It's good damage. It makes our turn, our phase 2 more consistent. Do we want to double disarm or... Nah. That's part of why we healed too, right? Make this nice and simple.
Mm-hmm. Second corruption
yeah.
just gets played out by the second wind.
Sure. And we have spot weakness here. I think we just won. What if we get orange pellets? Are you ready for permaflex?
I am not ready. I would need some time to prepare myself for that, frankly. I'm gonna need to go away into the mountains for a while.
Go have a soak.
Oh, I'm gonna have to soak in an onsen set atop an active volcanic mountain. I am going to have to.
Is that a
prepare.
1-episode situation, or is that like a 3-episode?
I mean, might be a 3-episode arc, but
Mid-arc.
It's not necessarily like situated actually in the main chronicles of the things that are happening.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's not even clear if it's canon.
Exactly. You have no clue how I had the time to go and do that, despite the fact that there was a world-crushing doom about to wreath itself
Yeah,
around
but you
our
know what they
Earth.
say. Characters can't just develop overnight. You need weeks of trivial, pointless filler for
Exactly.
the character to really flesh out.
And you really need, just so the show doesn't get too, too hot and musty, what you really need is some sort of an air device that is going to clear that for you, and some sort of a mechanic to keep that up. So what I'm saying is you need some fan service in there.
Yeah, you're right. Speaking of fans, why don't we spin this woke bloke to death this turn? Would you like to do that?
How do we do it with the least resources involved?
Yeah, that's the question.
It's the draw. Like, do we anger and then just start trying to play some cards like Burning Pacts, burn the corruption, see where that gets us?
I think so. We're already on 6 strength, right? So it shouldn't be too hard. Part of me wonders if we ever played the flexes there. Okay, so with a whirlwind, where are we at now?
21 by 4.
Okay, not enough. If we flex, that base 14 goes to 18, 9,
27.
27 again. 27 by 4, not enough. And then we've got a Havoc. Ooh, what's in our draw? Does Havoc hit a whirlwind? Havoc hits an attack, that's for sure.
How about we just play Havoc first?
Yeah.
And then do the previous plan of Flex Whirlwind? It's enough now, right?
Flex, cleave.
27 by 4. Oh, no, wait, hang on. 27 by 4
not
is not
127. Yeah. What we could do...
Yeah, Flex Cleave Whirlwind. Because then we also get a point of strength for the Whirlwind, right? So we do 3 more damage. Well, 3 more damage plus vulnerability with this.
4, 21 to 10, 31, and then the Whirlwind is on 15, 19 plus 9, 28. 28 by 3, 70. 85 plus 9, 84. 84 plus the 31 is still not quite there. We are so close, Rhapsody.
Oh. If we play the anger and it draws the other anger, sorry, the flex and it draws the other anger.
Okay, nice. And if not, maybe we consider playing one more exhausting card here. Like Burning Pact, the Clothesline or something.
Then we just have it.
And then Anger, Cleave, Whirlwind is, and we're there, right? And then we've got Bash Whirlwind for the next phase with the double Sentinel, and that's match.
It's exactly what we've been setting up for the entire time. So let's start with the flex. That always goes out. Bash.
Oh yeah, spam those angers. Oh,
we
Nib.
Spam one anger.
Yeah, one. And then it's Sentinels. Centennials.
Perfect. Get him.
You know, setting up Pen Nib to a big number for Act 4 elites is incredibly relevant, but I think we'll be okay. In hindsight. But that
Wait, was I supposed to be
good.
setting it up there?
I wasn't thinking about it either. I was planning to just do so much damage. I think we'll be fine.
I'll
I
tell
think
you.
Our Act 4 elite is strong.
So back in Slay the Spire history, right? A lot of relics used to have like the number before they activate, and some had the number on which they activate. Like turn 7, sometimes this is like it'll show 6 and it'll activate, or it'll show 7. Like it was weirdly inconsistent with the relics in the super early on. I have weirdly taken that forward a lot of the time. And a lot of the time when I look at things like Ink Bottle, I'm like, cool, I play 2 more and then I'm set up.
And then, yeah. Because then you get to the 10th showing and then it's the next. Yep.
So I was looking at that and I was
we
like...
we might have had lethal without the anger, but I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really do believe that even without Pen Nip, we'll be consistent in this fight. You want to do... Is it Dark or is it Impervious? Like, Impervious could be some real savings in the Act 4 elite fight.
Impervious can be. Is it ever Clothesline for the heart?
More turns a week. That's not bad, right?
I mean, it's only not bad if we don't draw it. Sorry, if we do draw it in the first 3 turns, right? Otherwise, it is bad.
In which case, Impervious is consistently 10 more block. Yeah.
All right, it's time for this shop to blow us away.
Blow me. Actually, this Sling of Courage is legit. Dual wield? What can dual wield do for you? Oh, dual wield is just a bunch of attacks. It's so many angers at the end of the fight.
It is, like, but is that something we want at all?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, proliferation of... Yeah, oh yeah. Because this deck needs to play Corruption when it draws it, which means it has a limited lifespan of producing consistent block. And when you're done producing block, you want to quickly apply damage. Creating even more angers in hand is even more things to apply flex to. It's even more shuriken procs, and it's even faster kill towards the end of the fight. And you could dual wield, like if we randomly just happen to get a power from this, we can dual wield that. You can dual wield whirlwinds and just spam them for shuriken proc. Dual wield has a role here. Totally.
All right, hang on. Let's take a moment to think. Right?
Okay.
The thinking I want to do right now is there ever a world where we take this dual wield, we drop a Heart of Iron, we take a power potion, and then when we draw the dual wield, we play 3 of the same power.
We play 3 demon forms and have 6 extra strength a turn.
Could be 3 demon forms, could be 3 Feel No Pains, 3 in flames. It's just a bunch of strength.
So the reason that I don't want to do that is that would disrupt the beauty of carrying 3 Heart of Iron into the heart fight.
Yes.
Which is just so important to me. What if we just bought Pantograph Sling of Courage? It's a lot of guarantees, right? We do so much damage in the Act 4 elite fight.
If we could spend 4 less, we could also get a card removal.
Oh gosh. Yeah. What do you want to remove?
I mean, at this point, probably that strike.
Yeah, agree. Okay,
so we have to deal a number of pretty big turns to the heart, right? We have definitely access to 2 large turns. We've proven that. How do we get 4? How do we get 5 large turns?
Well, so we have spot weakness and we have shuriken, and as fun as it is to whirlwind for 8,000 damage, this deck starts to do 20 plus damage with angers very quickly. And that is enough damage to kill the heart if you can play a handful of them every turn.
But how is it defending while it does that? Especially considering that these are going to defend at the end of the turn. However, we are going to be beaten of death.
True, but we are... I think there's enough block in this deck to feel confident about living through 6 turns. Especially with 96 health. Right?
You are more optimistic than I am.
Oh, I'm quite certain. With 18, with the metallicize at 18, with weakness, with disarm that we can potentially exhume to deal with some of the multi-attacks, I'm very confident in this deck's ability to live through 6 turns in the heart fight.
All right. Well, then let's do that. Do we want to ever take this deep breath literally just for our card draw?
Sure. And that's Xaxie's money.
So
that's a sign.
It's a good utilization, exactly. Oh, okay. Well...
Oh, and we've got the Akabeko.
We do have Akabeko. What are we going to be attacked for in this turn again? 12?
Well, it's either... It depends, because the backline can attack us on this turn. The spear is always attacking. And it should be attacking for 14. Let me double check that that's not different at this Ascension, but it's usually 7 by 2.
Right.
It's a 6 by 2.
12.
It is a 12. Why am I thinking 7 by 2? Philo Stone. And the shield could be doing the 14 damage attack, which will be 21, right? So we're either taking 12 or we're taking 33, which is certainly a big gap.
Thankfully, we do have the pantograph, so we have space to move. Do you want to just spot weakness whirlwind?
I like that. I was actually thinking spot shrug, because the whirlwind will be just as good next turn, and that gives us a chance to draw flexes, double tap, or like to get some corruption biz online.
I like that.
Second wind is really good next turn, too.
Cool.
Because we might be able to just get that kill straight up with whirlwind, like we like. Oh yeah, and we have bronze thorns, which helps us damage the heart too. Ooh, it's here. It's time. It's time. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Embrace your anger.
Got him.
Bye. Centennial puzzle. More disarm.
I think this has come together.
Okay, click them. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh. I've never had 18 metallicize here with Ironclad. That's amazing.
Quite the number.
Actually, that's not true. I have done that before, and the way was
metallicized dual
mummified
wield?
hand, metallicized dual wield.
Yeah.
Yeah. You knew.
Yeah, I've seen it happen before. It's a good play pattern, that one, although it doesn't necessarily come up often. Just deep breath for some draw. Start burning pacting for some draw as well.
Yeah, right. I agree. Ooh. Feels like we can offering here. I dig it. Oh, but that kind of blows our Centennial puzzle. That does feel wasteful, admittedly.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Just bash
Hold disarm. Yeah, or what about bash cleave whirlwind? Hold clothesline so we have 2 turns weak.
I like it.
Okay. Get that shuriken going.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big pivot on that turn I was thinking about. Like, we don't have to play disarm now. All right, that's good. I mean, do we just throw out double disarm at this point, or because are we ever going to get beyond the Heart's artifact? Right?
It's only 2.
It's only 2, but we have nothing in the deck at the moment that does it. It's just the clothesline, the bash, and the disarm.
But we have double tap plus, right? So that's actually not.
Yeah.
That's doable, I think. And I actually think that relying on at least 1 disarm post artifact is a good idea for us. But I do like corruption here. I feel pretty convinced that we can afford to play it now. And it lets us like play out all these defends just to get them out of the way.
Oh. Just accept the bounty. You're right, because 50% of the
frail,
time,
right?
this is not a turn we worry about.
I think we have 96 health. I think this is a great turn to play into that.
It's Burning Pact to strike out of here.
Dig it.
So shrug. Then hold, I guess? Unless we want to Burning Pact the wound to keep going.
Fascinating. Or we could exhume Offering if we think there's pace that we want to achieve.
No, I don't think there's anything along those lines.
What I'd really like is to get a Shuriken proc on this turn or to use this energy, but being energy perfect is less important now than it used to be, for sure.
Okay.
Ooh, what's Havoc hit?
Let's see. Bye, Burn.
Nice. Happy with that. Yeah, this turn feels good. Bop.
Ow.
So this turn is free. Free, I mean, still Beat of Death, I guess, right?
But so they're definitely dealing the 0, right? We don't need to clothesline or anything here.
Yeah, which lets us hold Clothesline, which is pretty exciting. You know, we might end up exhuming Double Tap. I could see that happening.
Yeah, get an extra big turn out of it. I'd be happy to see it. Gosh. I'll tell you what, we're not really getting many opportunities here to get any Shuriken play.
No lie. It makes me wonder, actually, if this is like play a Sentinel and do a Double Tap Whirlwind turn. How much damage would that be? We're weakened, which is awkward.
It'd be 100.
Yeah. Which is reasonable, but we're not even getting a Shuriken proc out of it, right?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we need to find some aggro here. And it might be... You know what I like?
What do you like?
I like Sentinel, Clothesline, Carnage, Whirlwind.
Sentinel, Clothesline, Carnage, Whirlwind. Just make it simple. Keep the double tap in hand.
Mm-hmm. And if Sentinel draws an Anger, then we can maybe switch that up. Depending on what we see here. Oh, Spot Weakness. That's huge. That almost makes me wonder...
Draw another card. Okay, just... Yeah. I think we just keep the same play, and I mean, we can even remove the Slimed. We probably should, I think, as well. Okay, hey, nice, and we got rid of the Void.
Nice. That turn felt good.
Yes.
He damaged some permanent strength. I think we might be exhuming Spot, as I'm thinking about it.
God, this turn is so awkward. Ah!
It is. It's Omega awkward. You know?
Play Corruption.
You know? I think we Anger, and I think we play a Flex.
All right.
Because what we're drawing back into is just damage.
It's the Anger again.
Do we double tap?
Do you double tap Anger?
Yeah.
So we're
because
just
then we're also
making the draw pile more Anger?
Well, and then we're also drawing more off the double tap, right? So we could get like a Clothesline online here potentially. Maybe even play the second Flex here to draw into that.
I worry if we do the Anger this early, what we're doing is trashing the deck.
Well, look at our deck, right? You're looking at all of it.
Yeah,
it's okay if it's all Anger.
But like our draw, like we will run out of draw very quickly after doing that.
Yeah, that's okay. Once we play out second Spot, and if we time correctly, I think holding double tap for our like Bash and Clothesline though might be too important.
It's like Clothesline specifically. I really want to hold it for right now.
Yeah, we still have Impervious, so I'm still quite comfortable living through the next couple turns. If we can actually land Disarm and land the Impervious, then we're quite confident getting through the next 3 turns.
Do we want to at least Anger and Flex?
I think so, man. I do think so.
Still shrug it off as well. Draws 2 cards.
Yeah. Ooh. Anger, Carnage, Deep Breath. I really think that we can play this aggressively and should.
Okay. We can get another trigger as well if we just Anger, Cleave, and Whirlwind.
Love it.
All right, this leaves us with
a damage cap.
Yeah, much less awkward hand here. Okay, so double tap, double the bash, and then double the clothesline. Impervious before we do it.
Yeah, I love that.
And then we can even disarm after.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about the double tap when I was thinking about our ability to remove these. I'm very glad you brought that up.
No, I think that was a weird one to spot. Let the anger spam consume you. It's like the Guardian fight, except it has 800 health and it does 6 million damage.
Speaking of 6 million damage,
would you like to do that, Mini?
I mean, roughly.
We have Exhume here if you want to spot first and/or Sentinel.
The Sentinel's significantly more damage, right? Yeah.
For this turn, yeah. We'll easily damage cap.
100
Absolutely.
extra.
Let's do it. Let's do it. This is the multi-attack turn too, right?
Yes, it is. We've
and
also got...
weakened, so
yeah,
it's 0.
We've got Disarm and Weaken on it, so we're fine.
Mm-hmm. Rhapsody, that is a G.
It seems like
buddy.
It might be another G after that one as well, exactly. The second win, get rid of that corruption.
Just get that out of here.
Exactly. Who needs that?
Oh, so close to the Thorns kill. Did we get it? Oh, no.
Teak, do we ever wait 2 turns?
Yes. Wait, no. Wait. Can we die if we do?
No! The Stone Calendar is going to steal our kill! Why?
You know what I love about our runs? GG, by the way, is
GG.
that one way that the collaboration really shows its stripes beautifully is that analysis of how strong am I in this game is very hard. And I think it's really cool that even in one run, we had multiple times to where, you know, you said, we're really strong here. And I'm like, oh, are we? I'm kind of worried. And you're like, no, we've got this.
Mm-hmm.
And then fights to where you said, are we going to be strong enough against the heart? And I was like, 100%, we've got this, right? And I think there's an amount of shared experience which plays out there, which is effectively the way that I'm able to be that confident is that in some capacity, I've had a similar run to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I've had 3 runs that triangulate to this one.
Yep.
And I can look at them and draw from that experience and say, you know what? I can see the path by which this deck blocks for 8 turns and beats the fight. And it's there. And so I'm able to say with confidence, we've got this. And that's kind of a cool collaboration.
That is such an incisive point, because especially like on the first floor, the example would be before the first Emerald Elite. I was like, yeah, I'm certain we have this. And I even mentioned at the time, I don't know why. There's something in the back of my head that's like, you've got this. It's fine. You'll be okay. And that was me elucidating effectively the same point. But yeah, it definitely did have the other side of the variance where I did not necessarily see that this was going to be okay against the heart. Like, the Shrug-it-offs made me feel a lot more comfortable. Would it have worked without the Shrug-it-offs? Yes,
because it would have been more awkward, but the power of 18 metallicize, actually 24 block, right? Even with the Orichalcum.
Yeah.
Plus constant disarm, right? We had 2 disarm plus in this deck and the capacity to bring them back. Plus constant weakness. Plus 96 health. Made me quite sure that we could live for over 6 turns. Yep. And I was also confident that with Pen Nib, Shuriken, and Spot Weakness, and Bronze Scales, that this deck... that my only concern was, are we going to get the damage up by like turn 8? And once we saw Spot plus some of the other plays, it was there. And Anger Spam. So, yeah, it's a great one, man. And second win to clean it up. I mean, it's just... this deck is pure beauty.
Tick, how different would the run have been had we not taken Corruption, instead gone Limit Break, and then taken a Runic Pyramid with 2 double flexes in the deck?
Oh, that's a sweet run too. And then we have to try to figure out how to make our block really energy efficient. And Disarm is still part of that plan. And actually, Sentinel can be part of that plan. It's very awkward but you can do things like Burning Pack Sentinel. And I've seen it succeed. Maybe we take the Bloodletting in that world, you know?
Maybe we take the Snecko in that world.
Maybe we take Snecko.
I mean, because we also did end up finding another corruption, right? It's possible we use the flexes, and maybe that's the world where we have Runic Pyramid as well.
I'm going to dream of that run because, that deck would stay smaller, right? You would want that deck to be quite small.
And it would very much be, like, our current deck is, like, about building up to a certain execution. That deck would be doing it much more consistently.
You know, I'm glad you brought up the limit break, too, because there was a point that I made. This is a fun fact about me. I have learned to let points go, but it is hard for my brain to let go of things that it's trying to express. But I'm getting better at it. There was one thing that I dropped in this run that I was going to say, which is when we took Corruption, I said, Corruption is the best card in Ironclad's kit. And I mean that. But one of my favorite things about Slay the Spire is sometimes you skip the best card. And I have had lots of runs where I skip Corruption because I have to take something else. Something else is better at the time, right? And there's a world where, like, we took an Immolate there or something. I think this run is usually taking Corruption, but I think that that's a cool thing when you have a game to where cards are so strong and sometimes you leave them behind in favor of something else or even a skip. And I totally do think that there's a world where we took Limit Break and succeeded here.
The idea of there ever being a card that is just always in every circumstance the insta-pick is it does
kind of
seem
boring.
to see, it's not only just boring, but it seems to be something that the SCS developers have specifically moved away from. There are examples of things that unupgraded previously used to be both energy and cost neutral, right? And not just colorless cards. And those things all got changed. Every single one of them.
And colorless, there's these kind of exception spaces, right? To where it's like, because in some cases the card is very, very, very good, but it's the opportunity cost of the card. If Apparition showed up in a card reward screen, you would not skip it. But it doesn't show up in a card reward screen. You know, it shows up in an event that you have to find, which means you have to path through events, and then you have to choose to lose half of your max HP.
And it also doesn't happen on the first floor. So you still have to have a plan that isn't, I'm waiting for Apparition, or I'm going to continue doing this run until I find Apparition early.
I lost a run just last night with Silent, or a couple nights ago, I guess, where it was following that 3+ hour Ironclad win. And then I had this crazy Silent Blitz where I had Wraith Form, 3 Catalyst pluses, and Venom plus, and the Apparitions. But at Ascension 20, it's only 3 Apparitions, right? So this deck basically had to win every fight in 6 turns, which it could do fairly consistently. The big block, man, it's Act 3 boss fights. Woke Blow kills that deck fairly often. And it particularly killed that deck because I didn't just take Apparitions, I also took Bites. So we had 22 max HP.
Sometimes you gotta be a vampiric ghost, and that's cool enough.
It was awesome, though. That was such good roleplay. Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to eat the heart when you get to eat everyone else.
Exactly.
Sometimes that is good enough. Hey, hey, Teak.
Hey, Raps. Oh no.
Teak, I've recently been getting interested in a few games, actually, particularly. I've been broadening my horizons of the content I watch. I typically tend to watch not much gaming content in my own time. I actually watch largely news, politics, and informational kind of things. Also, like a smattering of TV shows over on Netflix and such. But I've recently been watching a couple of roguelike games that have existed in the roguelike space that I haven't been specifically creating content for, or even possibly playing in my own time, but I know that there's a hunger out for them. So like games like Risk of Rain 2, games like Spelunky 2, games like, I mean, I would say Monster Train and Slay the Spire, but I definitely create content on them. But I also watch content, and I have a hunger for content of each of those varieties as well. I'm just thinking, is it possible that you would know of any resource that I would be able to approach? I mean, I'm also interested in Hades is the thing, and I'm getting underserved in terms of the Hades content that I see on my timeline.
I see.
And I'm just asking if you have any recommendations of a resource that I might be able to watch some combination of all of those, as well as maybe sporadic games that happen on a Wednesday, maybe maybe some sort of a smaller bite-sized morsel, a snack, you may say, of other games happening, smattering across. Is there any such place that you know of?
That is incredible, because I think you've just described Twitch.
Okay, now what's Twitch?
Now, Twitch is a purple web app that...
So it's unlike the red web app I already have installed?
It's very different than the red web app. That's right, because the content on the purple web app is live, longer form, and lower quality, but you can just run it forever. So it's very exciting in that way.
So live.
Yeah.
What is
dynamic, interactive?
And what do those mean?
And what it means is that there's a real live human being playing the game in real time. Usually you can see them. So there's unwritten rules and there's written rules in the purple web app. The written rule is that you have to represent your content correctly. So you can't, if you're playing Hades, you shouldn't say that you're playing Fortnite. And there's many unwritten rules though. So one of the unwritten rules is that many people will choose to show their face, like with a webcam, right, live, so you can see them playing the game and see their interactions and maybe see their reactions, right? Another unwritten rule is that people will be in the chat room saying things, and that perhaps you could even read those things out and answer questions. There's also an unwritten rule that what you need to do is take the video game and shrink it down to about 60% of the screen size, or maybe even 40%, and then surround it with a bunch of like overlays. It should look like Bejeweled. Basically, it should be impossible to see the game, and all you should see is your face and then just a bunch of garbage around the game. That's very important.
Oh, I love Bejeweled. It's made by the same Peggle developers, isn't it?
Yeah. You just put a bunch of stuff around it, and maybe it moves around, and there's some like little hopping things and a bunch of like scrolly text. And
okay. And
that's another unwritten rule.
And these people, are they your friends?
Yeah, I like them.
Okay. And this is your hobby. You would consider this a hobby?
I would consider this my job.
Wait, you're working in this field?
Yeah, sometimes you even get paid. Sometimes.
Huh. See, I'm just a nice old boomer, and I don't understand what this purple app you said.
Yeah.
I don't understand
it's
what
funny.
it is.
I talked to a guy the other day who literally invented it here. That's pretty cool.
There was an inventor? I'm concerned and confused by all of this, frankly. I have trouble.
Then I talked to someone who invented everything.
You spoke to God? I'm a parishioner. I'm an 80-year-old parishioner. You can hear from my voice. I am very interested in everything you have to say about those kinds of things, but you have to forgive me, dearie. I'm not good with this technology stuff. So when you say there's a purple app, what's purple?
When you look at this screen,
now I've got a question queued up about screens.
Sure, but you can see a little picture of a little horned evil enemy looking. It looks like a face with horns.
Okay, horns. Yes, I know horns.
Yeah, can you see the horn point? That's the color there. Yeah, that's purple.
Oh, I've seen purple before. My grandson, grandson and nephew. Not grandson, nephew. The nephew of my grandson, however, also follows the same rule. They're all called Adam. And I think they like purple. Yeah, purple is something that they like.
Check out the purple web app. I think you might like it. There's all sorts of great channels on there that follow all of those unwritten rules about filling their screen with overlays and things.
Now, I personally think that I would enjoy something a little less on the extreme overlay side. Maybe with like a subtle, but prominently placed, but well positioned. Maybe conduit that I can you say this is live, right? So I want to be able to see the person as they do these things. Okay. And I've got an interest, as I mentioned, in those 5 specific games. Now, I am awful with technology. I touch a keyboard and servers explode. It's a bad time. I had to have someone explain servers to me a couple times, but I've got servers down now.
Someone else's servers explode when you touch your keyboard.
Exactly. No, I'm an incredible hacker, apparently.
Have you considered that you are a hacker? Yeah. A Luddite hacker, a physical I guess sticks and stones may hack my servers. Yeah, that's fair. Sure.
But hopefully the servers never fail you.
Right. They recover gracefully, I think, is the next phrase.
I have a lot of overlapping interests that I think may be fulfilled on this purple app you've mentioned. Can you think of any specific location where I might go to fulfill all of these overlapping, the intersection of all of the Venn diagrams that I've set up?
To interact with all 5 of these games?
All 5 of these games? Possibly also the ethos that I had mentioned previously of the kind of let's say like an
well, the ethos changed. I was gonna say Steam, but now that's
let's say like an upbeat, uplifting, positive kind of personality that might be able to walk me through some of my learning and hell, their learning as well in some of these games.
Wow, I could name a half dozen probably. But I do know one actually. It's kind of crazy. He lives in my house. He broadcasts from. We live together.
So you get to watch it live?
He's me. I do this. I am this channel. You could watch me.
Ultimate live.
Yeah, it's very live. It's literally me.
You get to see it first perspective, but you obviously don't have to navigate to it. If I was to try and navigate to it, how would I do so?
You could visit the Purple Web app at twitch.tv/sneakyteak to watch literally me play those 5 games and more live 6 days of the week, every day but Friday. Sundays are at noon Central Time. Every day else, 7 p.m. Central.
Jesus, it is so remarkably lucky that you fulfill every single one of the criteria that I've just laid out. It's
truly an incredible coincidence.
It's serendipitous, I would say.
It is.
Because I am an everyman, there are many people very similar to me who are looking for some of those specific things, if not all of the specific things that are overlaid in that Venn diagram, who might find those things at, you said, twitch.tv/sneakyteak, linked in the description down below.
That sounds right.
Huh. Well, crap. I'm going to have to get on that. So I'm going to have to end this episode and make my way over there. But for the moment, my name's Rhapsody. His name's been sneakyteak. There's a link in the description down below to the sneakyteak channel that we were talking about prior, as well as the playlist past, present, and future. Hey, we can't go up from creating the universe, so I have to scale it back a little bit, and then we can move from here. Yeah, giving myself some room.
That was incredible. Peak awkward.
It's the design space. I think I was like still halfway through deciding, okay, what is this scene? What am I doing here?
It's real improv. It's part of the content.
I really need to figure out where we're going from here because creation of the universe.
Yeah.
I think I may end up passing it over at the end of the last episode in the next ladder streak. However, until then, hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you next week.